Hey guys, hope you're enjoying Wing Dancer builds. Wing Dancer is such a good passive aggressive skill, better than Thorn I think. The past few builds are based on physical damage, poison and bleed. I've seen a few builds using Herald of Ice and Armor Explosion, but no one that I believe so far has combined Wing Dancer and Armor Explosion with Fire. Fire is actually Warrior class's strongest element. Just see how many fire passives are close by the warrior tree. Auto fire damage, ignite magnitude, and fire penetration. Fire also provides the best visual effect. I work in the film and game industry. I love cinematics. And this build has 3 big explosions all over the place. We got the explosions from Armor Explosion, Herald of Ash, and Detonate Dead. These explosions not only provide visual satisfaction, but also gives a ton of vibration feedback if you play with a PS5 dual-sensor controller. Highly recommend, by the way. If you play with controller, you're not going to want to go back to mouse. The only downside of using the controller might be, sometimes you want to place a totem or fire orb, and it's a little bit harder with that, but otherwise, it's awesome. Try it. A controller with this build is like getting a hand massage during mapping. I originally tested this build on Titan and Gemling, and soon realized fire build can't leech life like physical build. And because it's a passive aggressive build, even with 1,000 life regen, it's still not going to be enough. It doesn't matter how much resistance you have. So I didn't even bother to try on Smith of Katava, but chose Warbringer, who was able to block all type of hits. You see me running around in the most dense groups of mobs with only 3k life, and I'm barely taking damage. Another reason we choose Warbringer is that all hits will break armor and trigger Armor Explosion. I'll mention a few keynotes about this build, the rest you can just check out my planner. The first note is that you need to use the Crackle Creep Ring, I believe it's what it's called. The Crackle Creep Ring. It's a must-have. It spreads the ignite, so you're constantly burning the enemies and feed energy to cast on ignite, triggering Detonate Dead. As I mentioned above, we have 3 explosions from Armor Break, Herald of Ash, and Detonate Dead. They are all important and contributing to the map clearing. The second note is you need to use the Vertex helmet on this build, at least for map clearing. Warbringer can't scale as much attributes as Titan or Smith. Just to get all the STR for Mace is already a challenge. Then you have the Wing Dancer that have all the Dex requirement, and then you have Cast on Ignite that has purely INT requirement. I'm even using the lowest level of Cast on Ignite, so at least for mapping, the Vertex helmet is a must. You might ask, can we skip Cast on Ignite? Well, you can, but I'm telling you, the only content this build cannot do is Tier 4 Simulacrum. I failed on stage 12 every fucking time. So that's telling you how much Detonate Dead is contributing to the clearing. Also, it looks cool. Third note is to use Leopard. I can't pronounce the full name. It starts with Leopard. The Leopard glove that penetrates enemies is fire resistance up to 50%. It's very easy to get 50% fire penetration through passives and Ruby, so you get 50% more damage against anything. For boss with fire resistance, you use the Fire Curse and the Fireboard with fire exposure to lower the boss's fire resistance to 0 first, and then this 50% penetration from your passives and this glove will kick in. I killed T4 Xesht without Deepest Tower. The Sunder damage plus ignition burned the Xesht up to 17 million damage. In the video I made some mistakes, but you can see I can face tank Xesht with only 3k life, so if I'm using Deepest Tower I can probably one-shot him. That's how strong the fire element is with warrior class. Anyway, I think this is probably the last video the last build I can come up with Wing Dancer. Love this skill. There might be more. Also, tomorrow we are getting a new update. I don't know what kind of new content or uniques we're getting. Maybe we'll find some new, cooler ways for this kind of build. Anyway, hope you like it. Enjoy.